Lesson 8.7, solving equations with log properties. So we already learned how to solve equations and we already learned how to use log properties, so now we're just putting it together. So you could see all kinds of different equations for these types of problems. So just don't get overwhelmed looking at how complicated it looks. You just have to think, what logs can you combine? So here on problem A, we have a log plus a log. And in our last lesson, we learned log plus a log turns into log of the first thing times the second thing. So step 1, done. I combined the logs. Step 2, if there is log on one side, that's what I have here. There's not a log on the side with just the 2. I switch forms. First, last, middle. First is 6, last is 2, and middle is this whole chunk right here. 2 times x minus 9. Okay, now you should just do whatever seems obvious to simplify it. 6 squared is 36. The 2 is about to get multiplied. 2x minus 18. Keep solving. Now we add 18 to both sides and get 54 equals 2x. Divide by 2 and get x equals 27. So we're done. You just have to check. Are we taking the log of a negative number? Because that would be a problem. I'm taking the log of 2, that's positive, and I'm taking the log of this one, who even knows, unless we plug in our x. 27 minus 9 is 18, and that's positive. So it works. The checking is just about making sure you don't take a log of a negative. Let's do another one. Step 1, combine logs if possible. I have log plus a log, so that turns into log of the first thing times the second thing. To make it look nice, I'll write 4x. Step 2, I have log on one side, so switch forms. First, last, middle. Now just do whatever seems obvious to simplify. 2 cubed, what's 2 times 2 times 2? 8. Now we just divide on both sides. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So double check. Are we taking the log of a negative? I have log of 4 and log of, we don't know if x is positive or negative, so plug it in. If I plug in 2, 2 is a positive number, it works. Let's keep going. Now we have log minus a log. We learned in the last lesson that log minus log turns into log of the first thing over the second thing. So the x goes over the 4. Alright, now I have log on one side, so we switch forms. First, last, middle. Keep simplifying. 10 squared is 100. And x over 4, we bring that down. How can I stop x from dividing by 4? Multiply the reciprocal. So throw in times 4 on both sides. That leaves us with x equals 400. Done. You just need to check. What are we taking the log of? A 4 and a 400. Those are both positive, so it works out. Next problem. We have log minus a log, so that turns into log of the top thing over, or log of the first thing over log of the second thing. Now check, do you have log on both sides or one side? Still just one side, so we switch forms. First, last, middle. We figure out that 5 squared is 25. Now we need to get rid of the 3. How do I stop x from dividing by 3? Multiply 3. So we get x equals 75. Double check. What are we taking the log of? A 3 and a 75, both positive, so it works. Next problem. Okay, now we're getting to the easy ones, which is kind of nice. Step 1 is the same. You want to combine logs if possible. So over here, the left side, we can't do anything right now. On the right side, we have log plus log. So you know that means we get log base 7 of first thing times second thing. Might as well go ahead and write 81 there. You don't really need to write it like this. I'll show it just to have a complete record of the steps. Log base 7 of x equals log base 7 of 81. All right, we just finished step 1, which is combine logs if necessary. Step 2, we have a log on both sides, so it cancels. So our answer is 81. Double check. What are we taking the log of? 3, it's positive. 27, it's positive. And 81, it's positive. So it works out. Done. You could probably be showing a lot less work than me. Really, all you would need to show is this step right here and getting the answer. Next problem. Combine logs if necessary. We have log plus log. So it turns into log of the first thing times the second thing. But go ahead and just write 8x right there. So I will simplify that. I will cancel the logs. So I have 8x equals 24. How do we get rid of the 8? Divide it. X equals 3. Double check. What are we taking the log of? 4, which is positive. 2 times 3, which is 6, which is positive. And 24, which is positive. So it works out. Next, we need to combine logs. So we have log base 3 of log minus a log. Remember, subtracting goes with dividing. First thing over second thing. Log minus log is log of the first thing over the second thing. Now I have log on both sides and I can cancel. Log on both sides is my favorite. That makes everything faster, I think. Now we just have to get x by itself. How do I stop x from dividing by 10? Multiply by the reciprocal, 10. So we get x equals 40. Double check. What are we taking the log of? We're taking the log of 40 and 10 and 4, and all of those are positive. Done. Last problem. Combine logs is step 1. So we have log of first thing over second thing, 16 over 4. Go ahead and just write 4, but I'll show all the steps. Log of the first thing over the second thing. Now we can cancel the logs, and 16 over 4 is 4. I'll show it in an extra step though. Double check. What are we taking the log of? 16 and 4 and 4. So it works.